Okay, hello everyone. Thanks for joining today's streaming session. My name is Vedant. I'm today's host, a substitute host for Sarika. I work along with Sarika in the services. I manage engineering APAC team at Trundle. Yeah, this is what I will hand it over to Jeevan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi everyone. As you know, I'm Jeevan, and I work with Vedanta and Sarika at Trundle. So, so today we are going to start with custom UI in Forge. So, like before that, we'll just recap what we done before. Like in first event, we Sarika explained everything about Forge and like all the details about Forge. And in the second event, we went into detail on the Forge and we started on UI kit and we work out our way up to like all the things like in the index.tsx, all the things. So so today we'll go with custom UI. So let me share my screen. Yeah. Okay. You can see my screen, right, Vedant?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So so last time we worked with UI kit, right? How to do development with UI kit and what are the limitations of UI kit, all those things. So in UI kit, we cannot use like our HTML tags or anything related to HTML or CSS. We cannot use there. We can only use whatever Atlassian provided, like some Atlas kit elements, small Atlas kit elements like avatar, button, all those things. But we cannot use our custom built UI, any animations, all those things. So for that, we need custom UI. If you want like your own everything front end, you want to develop it from scratch. You don't want to use their things, then you have to use custom UI. So you have full control over that. That is very important if you are building any complex app. So we'll start with Forge create again. So we'll go for custom UI now. Forge create. So like before, you have to install Forge and you have to log in like we did in the second session. So you have to do all this before running this command, or else it won't work. So we have to start this first. Forge create. Yeah. Enter any name. So I'll just enter get set code custom UI. Yeah. So here last time we picked UI kit. This time we will do custom UI. After this, it will be same as UI kit. We just have to choose which product we are selecting. So there are multiple options here, but today we are going for Jira. Here also there are multiple options. Last time we went for global page, right? So today also we'll go for same thing. Global page. We can do anything here, but global page is like we can see it directly there. And here don't worry about the templates. This template we will explain in detail in next session or after 2 3 sessions. We'll go into each and every topic in Forge. We won't leave anything out. So don't worry about if you don't understand these things now. Yeah. So next we'll go into that get set code. Yeah. So here if you see we have same folders as when we did UI kit, when we install UI kit. So let's open our VS code or any of your any coding app. Yeah, I'm using VS code, so I'll open VS code. So if you see we have our node modules, which is same like for any node app, we will have node modules. And we have source. In this source, we have our backend or complete Forge backend. In static, we'll have our front end, same as UI kit. Everything is up to here, everything is similar. There won't be any changes, but in the hello world, if you see, we have something different here. In static, we have something called hello world, and in this hello world, we have something different. We have another package.json and another complete index.html. So if you have built React apps before, you can understand this pretty easily. Like what we are doing here, we have index.html and we are taking that into we are taking that. We are applying that into our React here using React DOM, and we're rendering it to the browser using React DOM here. And we are using React scripts to run all these things. So this very old one. So first we'll try with this, how it works. Then we'll go for a fresh new one. So first of all, we need to go into, so here we already installed our app. So we can see node modules. We already installed all our modules in the main section. So now we have to install our modules in the hello world as well. So we need to go to hello world. So let's go there. Static. Here we have to go into hello world. Yeah. Here we have to install all our modules again because for each, so last time we talked about our modules, right? This Jira global page. Here our modules are there. So for each module, you have to create one separate folder. So in that folder, we will have a separate app. So like this, you have to create for each module, we have to create separate app, and we have to install all our modules here. So we'll do npm I to install all the modules.
So the folder structure given you have created manually, or is that through the package?
So the package only directly. We'll get the complete
Okay,
template from Forge
got it.
Create here.
Got it.
Yeah. So we'll wait for it for some time.
And you must have pre-configured and integrated your, uh, VS Studio or whatever the flavor of your development environment to this
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
CMD.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we installed our node modules. So if you see, we have another node module folder here inside Hello World. So now we have to build our things now. First, we have to build all these things here. So we'll build it. So for building, we need to run Forge npm run build command to build our front end app. So we are building that npm run build. Since we are using React scripts, it will use React scripts build command to run it. So it's completed, it compiled successfully. Now we need to go back to our main main space. So we'll go back cd to our main folder. Yeah, we are here now. So now we need to run forge deploy. But before that, we need to change something. Uh, I think we don't need to change. Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. Sorry. Yeah, we will just run our forge deploy. Like before, for every new app, we have to first run forge deploy. Then everything will be packaged into forge, and it will be ready to install. So first we need to run forge deploy. So since I didn't specify any environment here, it will just choose default development environment. Yeah. And if you can see, apps are in JS and JS format. Generally in React, we will use JSX syntax. So you can change this to JSX if you're not comfortable with JS. So you can just change this to JSX. Because if you're using JS, we cannot use some HTML here directly. We have to type it on manually. If you use JSX, we'll get the tags as well directly here. Yeah, this is done now. Yeah, now we will install this app. Forge install. Again, we have to choose our product here. Since first time we chose our product, right, as Jira, so we have to choose the same thing here, Jira. And we have to enter our site here, our personal site. Since it's development, we just have to enter our personal site to test and develop. Continue, why continue. Actually, I want to talk about one more thing as well. If you see here, there is something called runs on Atlassian program here. You can see version of your app that was just deployed to development is eligible for runs on Atlassian program. So basically, runs on Atlassian program means if everything in our Forge, like back and front end, we are using completely within Forge. We are not using any outside URLs or any outside data, then we will be eligible for this batch. So if you use any Forge, there are some new topics called new features called Forge Remote, and if you want to use some URLs, if for example you have to fetch some data from certain REST API, some different REST API which is not in Forge, then you are if you want to use those things, you are not eligible for this. If you don't use anything outside, then you will be eligible for this runs on Atlassian batch. Yeah, you can go to this link for more things like go atlassian.com, runs on Atlassian for more specific details. Yeah. Okay, so it's installed now here. We'll go to this. Yeah, if you see GetSetCode custom UI, it got installed version 2. Vendor my name. Yeah, so we installed, we used global, right? So we will get it here itself, our app. GetSetCode custom UI. And we'll open it. Let me use white theme here and show black. Yeah. So we got hello world here. So we'll go into here as well. If you see, we are fetching it from invoke. Last time I explained how invoke works, and in second session I explained how invoke works and how to connect it to Forge backend using invoke. So here we are calling getText using invoke. And if you go into our source index.js backend, here we defined our getText method. Here we are returning our hello world. So we are getting it here. And we are setting that hello world to this data state, and we are calling it here. So we got the hello world here itself. Yeah, that's one way. And so one more thing is here we are just if you want to change anything, for example, I'm changing this. I'm adding some new thing. I want some new development. See, if you see here, I'm not able to get any tags here, div or any tag. I have to enter it manually directly. So see, because I'm using JS type here, so we'll change it to JSX here. Both will change both into JSX. Yeah. So now if I try this, so I got the emit abbreviation here. I can just enter and I'll get the proper entry here. And now I'll enter something. I'll click save. And if you want to see the change here, you still have to build it npm run build, and you have to build all those things, and you have to deploy it again to see the changes. So that's a huge difficult process, right? If you are developing anything. So that's why we have something called Forge Tunnel as well. So we'll use Forge Tunnel now. So let me open two tabs. I have two tabs now. I will go into first static cd hello world. Yeah. Here first we'll run the server here. So to start the server, we have to use npm start. I'm starting this hello world server. So I'll start npm start. Ignore this one. Yeah. We have the npm start, and it's starting on localhost 3000. Port is 3000. You have to remember this port. This is very important. And next we have to change our manifest.yml file as well. If you see, our resource is this one, right? We are using static hello world and build. Static hello world and build. So below this we have to add our tunnel here. Tunnel. And 1 minute. Port 3000. Since we are using 3000 port here, we have to enter 3000 here also. And after entering this, you just have to run forge tunnel.
So for tunneling, any additional installation is required, or is comes
No,
with
no,
the
it will
package?
automatically work. We just have to add this just tunnel, and we have to add the port which we are using
Okay.
in front end, and then it will
Okay.
automatically work. So see, it ran for Fortran to check any issues, and it bundled the code, and we are listening for the request now. So if I refresh this page now, see, I got the change as well directly here. And if I change something in the front end now, for example, I'll change this to number 1, 2, 3, or 4, something like that. I saved it, and if I go back, if you see, it changed here as well. Same thing. Yeah. And one more thing, if you console log anything in the backend, for example, I'm console logging request here, right? In the backend, in the get text method, if you see, I got the console log here, request. I got payload, I got context as well. Payload, whatever I'm sending there, my invoke variable, I'm sending it in the front end, from the front end. And we got context, cloud ID, local ID, environment ID, what is environment type, what is a module key, site URL or current site URL, and our account ID. Currently, which user is using this account? So I'm using this account, so this is my one. And license. If it's a paid app, then there will be license, right?
Mhm.
So then it will be whether it will be true or it will be false in production. So you can use all these things there. Yeah. Okay, this is one way. But if this scripts is there, but it's React is not recommending to use this one because it's very slow. Even if you change something, it react very slow. So we won't use this, especially in our production apps. We generally will use wheat for this. So I'll show you how to use that as well. So what we'll do now is we'll cancel all these things, and we'll go back to one step. So hello world, we'll delete this complete folder now, because we have to currently we are using our React scripts, right? React app, create React app, this is one. So we need to remove this completely, and we have to use Vite is very fast, and we have so many additional modules for that. We can customize it any way we want. Here, if you want to customize anything, we have to set up some extra things as well. So we'll delete this complete folder. Yeah, we deleted it. Now we will create Vite front end folder. So we can create it using npm create beat at the rate of latest. Yeah, we'll name something. We'll still name it hello world. Yeah. If you see, we have so many things available. Actually, Forge, we can use anything here. Anything we want, actually. Everything will work mostly. But we use React, right? So we'll go with React now. React. And we'll go with JavaScript now. Yeah. We'll move to Forge, hello world. And we'll do the same thing again. npm install.
So while it install, it might downloads the package, right? Relevant package on your
Yeah,
instance.
yeah, it will download all the package.json files.
Okay.
Like we mentioned some packages here, right? These things it
Right.
will download if you do npm. Yeah. Now we have to build it as well. So npm run build. So if you see, since we are using wheat, it will run with wheat build. And I'll go into here the structure as well. So if you see, we have multiple folders now. We have public folder, we have source. Inside this, we have git ignore, we have index.html, and wheat config, and we have ESLint. ESLint mainly is used for rules and regulations, like to maintain our app properly and format it properly. And we have wheat as well here. Wheat config, we can add so many things here. If you want to add tailwind, or if you want to add some extra storybook or anything, you everything is available with wheat. You can just directly install it and directly add it here, and it will work properly. You don't have to go through any extra hoops. So that's why we are using wheat for this. And yeah, so we built it already. And if you see here, build folder is different here. Previously we got build, here we have dist. So I have to change it in the manifest.yml. Our path is before static hello world build, here it is dist, right? So we have to change it to dist. Yeah, we changed it, and we'll go to here, and now So since we removed completely our front end app, we have to deploy it again. Even with your deploying, it will work, but it's best to deploy first so everything is in sync. So we already built it. Now we'll deploy it. Forge deploy. And if you open this source here, we have some already predefined files, and already we have some different UI here for this. This is a normal V template with the count and with the Vita and React logos. We'll remove all this as well after building. Actually, 1 minute, I forgot one thing. Because we have to add one more thing here called base. If you
Mhm.
remember, our Atlassian, all our Forge runs on even connector, runs on iframes in Jira. So for iframes,
Yeah.
our apps directly won't work. So we have to use something called here in Vite, we have to use base and we have to keep it empty. Because if you don't use anything here, it will just take it as slash. It will directly take it as slash and it won't work properly because it will affect our path, URL path, when we are going to any module or anything. So I have to keep it empty to make it work properly. So we have to do this first and then build it. Then we have to deploy it. And we have our CSS. We can use our CSS. We can use anything here. We can just build any complex app using custom UI. We don't have to worry about what to use, which is because in UIKit it's very limited. We can only use what they provided.
Okay.
So let's wait for this deployment. Yeah, it's deployed. So now if I go into this and if I refresh, I'll get something like V time plus React, something like this. I can
Mm.
increase count, something like this normally. So now what I will do, I will start the tunnel now. Same thing, same process here, npm run dev. Before we used npm start, right? But here we'll use npm run dev. You can change the command here you want, but we will just go with default commands. See dev, we will start the white server here using dev. So we'll start it. And if you see here, the port is different here. Before it was 3000, but here it is 5173. So we'll change our manifest.yml to 51 port here 5173. We'll save it and we'll run forge tunnel. Yeah. Okay, let me refresh. Yeah, now I got it. Now I can edit any of these things now. So let me edit these things. Let me completely remove everything here. Let me just keep div. Hello. If I go here, hello. I got hello now. Everything is changing now. I'll remove this. You can add our CSS or anything here. Everything will work properly now with this. If you see, we have some issues with the style src element contented HTML. So you can check these permissions. We'll discuss about permissions in future sessions. These are permissions also very important. We will check. We'll go through this in next sessions, like what is style and how to use our scripts here without any forge issues. Because if you directly use any script like any JavaScript script here, it won't work directly because you have to add in manifest.yml and you have to add permissions for that. So it won't work directly. So we'll go through that, go through it for next release. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for custom UI.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see if we have
If
any
you
questions from the chat.
questions, I can explain.
There, I don't see any questions. Feel free to drop your comments. Any questions? So this tunnel was one-on-one connections, right? We can we have multiple like one Forge app
Uh,
to the multiple
yeah,
sites?
we can connect multiple sites. Yeah, but the problem is our only admin currently. If you see, I entered some URL, right? My currently
Yeah,
my Atlassian instance. So it
yeah,
Forge channel will only work on that. But if you use Forge deploy, it can work on any all the things. But if you use
okay,
Forge channel, it will only work on the admin site, like whatever I entered
understood.
before. Yeah.
Understood. I think there is a question from Rohit Saini. Is there any specified version to be used for React?
Actually, there is not any specified version. You can use any version of React, but it's best to use the latest version. So it's not a problem. You can use any version.
Yeah, sounds good. Any more questions? Okay, I think there are no questions. So I hope
Yeah.
this was really a fruitful session. People who have joined and visited this overall recording from the start, they would be now having enough idea and basic understanding about custom UI with the Forge. Um, we will meet next time with the new topic, right? Jivan, do we have any topic
Yeah.
decided for now? Or not yet?
We didn't decide a topic, but
Didn't
we
decide.
have some
Okay.
ideas. So we'll give the date and think next in February second week or first week end out. I think in second week we'll do
Okay.
another session. So we'll pick some
Okay.
fresh topics.
Okay. Aaron is saying no question since I'm new on
So
Forge. Coding just one episode 2 link. Can't find it. Episode 2 link.
it's
Can't
in
find it.
YouTube actually. You can check it out in YouTube with Ace Quiz's channel. If you go into live section in Ace Quiz's channel, you can get the second session full stream. I'll send you a channel link as well. Just give me a 1 minute.
Sure. Yeah, seems like once we end this stream, you'll be able to see the episode 2, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I sent one link in our chat. Can you share it in the comments?
Yes.
Yeah. You can check that out. That is our second session link in YouTube, our stream.
Okay.
I think that's all right. I think
Yep.
there are
Okay.
no more questions. Yeah.
Yep. You are good. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining this session. Have a great day
Thanks
ahead.
everyone. We'll meet again in February. Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.